Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, where we have lots of fun. Quickly, Rubio says that FBI's told him that they have trafficking in, people smuggling in, trafficking in ISIS members to the United States. A caliphate will probably be formed in Missouri. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And again, the reason why all this happens is the national media lets it happen because they've thrown in with the Dems and all the crap. It used to be, I mean, can you imagine this? John Kennedy's president. They'd be saying, man, we don't want Walter Cronkite to know, and we don't want that story. We have to shut this border down. No, that doesn't happen anymore. Baltimore Bridge. The response from, I did a Facebook rant live on this morning. You know, they were calling in like 1,100 people from the Army Corps of Engineers. What the hell are they going to do? As I pointed out on my Facebook Live, I would have immediately, if I'm governor, president, I would immediately had cranes, welders, and I'd be cutting up this bridge and pulling it out of the freaking water the day after it freaking happened. Or maybe the day after the day it happened. I mean, it'll be a year before they get the bridge out of the water. All right, insurance. There's insurance. That barge, that boat, insurance. You don't think they have insurance for the potential of running into a bridge? First thing out of Joe Biden's mouth. Oh, I think we ought to pay for this. It's unbelievable. Also, you can't make this up. Joe Biden claims that he rode a train over that bridge all the time, him and his trains. It's a freaking car vehicle bridge. There isn't any rails. There isn't any train. Never has been. This guy tells tall tale after tall tale after tall tale. Once upon a time, the media, because he plagiarized, knocked him out of the presidential race. Now, it doesn't matter what Joe Biden says or does. It's sick. It's messed up. Trump's going to attend the New York cop's funeral. You won't see Joe Biden there. Hunter, the prosecutors ripped old Hunter. He had a court hearing yesterday in California, and it sounds like to me they're playing hardball against old Hunter. Trump says he's happy that RFK Jr. is in the race. Why? What RFK Jr. is going to do is he's going to take votes away from Joe Biden, liberals, people like that, who think that Joe Biden is obviously a nitwit, but they're never going to vote for Trump. So this is good for Trump. RFK Jr. Super PAC had $2 million donation to it. That's what happens. Diddy. A video has resurfaced where Diddy has Biebs, little old Biebs hanging out with him. You know what, this whole Diddy thing, I want to talk about this for a second. This whole Diddy thing is ripping off these people used to think they were untouchable. There's too many secrets that you can't keep. That girlfriend filed the lawsuit. It was settled the next day. Diddy screwed up. He should have settled the lawsuit the day before it was filed. He's trying to tamp out these fires. There's going to be too many fires to tamp out. You don't have a raid on your house and they not come up with something when he's doing stuff like this. But as I said before, this is a famous person. What is bizarre to me and messed up, the drugs that come into this country, the sex trafficking, all the sex stuff, human trafficking, and everything else. There's obviously customers for this. Because it wouldn't happen if there weren't customers for this crap. And the moral depravity of our country as a whole is messed up. I wish we could go back to the days where there was just simple infidelity. There was those type of things. Now it's this stuff. It's sick. Joe Lieberman, may he rest in peace. I always liked this guy. Didn't always agree with him, but he was one of those guys that was impossible not to like. Everybody was his friend. Back to the bridge. Pete Buttigieg comes in. By the way, you know you can't spell incompetent without Pete. Our transportation guy. Unbelievable. True Social, skyrocketing. Volatile. They paused trading because it was going up and down so much. Eric Lindell has been evicted. Mike, excuse me, thank you. Mike Lindell has been evicted from one of his warehouses in Minnesota. This guy's in a free fall. I hope somebody sent him a lifeline. He started doing commercials again before. But this is what happens to you when you get canceled and you take on the man. He was a brave man. I hope he makes it. ADHD. You ready for this? If you put down your ADHD, you automatically get 200 points added to your SAT or ACT score. So guess what? All the kids are saying, I got ADHD. AI is even doing bricklaying work now. What? Poor bricklayers. Oregon First Lady says she's sorry, but she's an alcoholic and she's mentally ill. I'm not laughing at that. It's just like, why did she come out and announce this for? Kind of weird. Sherrod Brown, he's trying to act like he's Mr. Moderate Democrat. Turns out he votes with Joe Biden every single time. Can you say Senator Bernie Moreno? That's happening. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, Americans, you're in Bulldog Nation. Welcome to the Eric Deters Show local news. We got a lot of law and crime today. By the way, opening day. Let's go Reds. Don't be a craven, flat-mouthed horn beast. Insult for the day. Shakespeare. All right, Darian Kaysen, $40,000 theft, laptops, iPads from Miami University. He's going away for a while. Mashawn Weathers and Raul Vega are the guys that shot that person in the neck at Bryce Hill earlier this week. They've been arrested. Mark Andrews is receiving 10 years for raping a cancer patient from a nursing home. This guy should receive the death penalty. I don't get it. I don't at all. This Dayton cop right here, Kentucky Dayton cop, Ryan Fern, was arrested for strangulation and beating the hell out of his girlfriend. Jason Martley, this guy, an auto dealer out in Boone County, 18 years for sex trafficking, had sex including somebody with a minor. Again, the moral depravity everywhere. It's unbelievable. You had Judge Tim Nolan go away. Robert Poole went away. This guy. You know that there's more crime that doesn't get caught. It's unbelievable. John Sapiniasa received 38 months. He's apparently one of the felony lane gang. Bank fraud. Felony lane gang. Who the hell's that? Antonio Pearson. Remember that little boy down in Hopkins County that died eating strawberries? You think it's got any connection to this stepdad that just got busted for trafficking in fentanyl? In local news, opening day, 4:15, Washington Nationals. Let's go Reds. Laura DeFrank is missing. 32-year-old woman, apparently could be a threat to herself. Police want help. Well, Bulldog, Eric Deters Media is happy to help. Gabe Brown, the mayor of Walton, resigned last night after telling off his whole council. Why'd you resign, Mayor? In Ohio news, apparently there's a video that was taken inappropriately at Anderson High School. You have to conclude based on what went down. We don't know the details. It has to do with sex and nudity. Has to. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Go Reds.
This is Eric Deters World News. I'm Jamie Spindley. Today's latest headlines. 4 people are dead and at least 5 more are injured after a knife attack assailant went on a rampage in Illinois, USA. The attacks unfolded following a home invasion in Rockford late last night. Among the victims are a 15-year-old girl, a 63-year-old woman, a 49-year-old man, and a 22-year-old man. One injured individual is in critical conditions. Authorities have arrested a 22-year-old suspect in connection with the incident. Authorities have announced the largest cocaine shipment seizure of the year in the Caribbean Sea near Colombia. Military ships and planes pursued a speedboat carrying nearly 4 tons of cocaine in a joint operation involving the Colombian Navy, the Colombian Air Force, and the Joint Task Force of the United States Southern Command. The cocaine, valued at $113 million was intercepted near Andreas Island. And a motor crash near Leipzig, Germany, has resulted in at least 5 dead and over 20 injuries. The crash involved a bus which veered off a busy A9 Autobahn, causing it to overturn. The bus, which had departed from Berlin with 2 drivers and 53 passengers, was en route to Nuremberg and Zurich. The company has confirmed the incident. That's the latest headlines. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day.
Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. We got a short show today, but some important things. Opening day, Washington Nationals, Cincinnati Reds, Great American Ballpark at 4:15. It's exciting. Jim Scott is going to be the Grand Marshal at the opening day parade, plus Dimitri Young and Pookie Reese. I got to tell you a funny Jim Scott story. This is a funny Jim Scott story. Everybody always worshiped Jim Scott at 700 WLW. He was an icon, morning guy forever, radio, whatever. And one year, I was asked to walk in the parade, the opening day parade, with Jim Scott and 700 WLW radio. Mark Amazon showed up late, but Mark walked too. So it was Jim Scott, myself, and Mark Amazon. Well, we got our Bulldog Nation banner. Chuck Holbrook carried the banner. I walked. Whiskey, my dog, walked. I wore a Reds hat, black leather jacket, my boots. And on the parade route, we were a hit. Everybody loved Whiskey. This was in my prime doing a WLW radio. People were chanting, "Hey, Bulldog, hey, Bulldog." And everybody was ignoring Jim Scott. Jim Scott, the icon, actually complained to Daryl Parks that I showed him up on the opening day parade. That was the beginning of the end by me at 700 WLW radio, because what Rich Wahlberg told me, God bless it, may he rest in peace, said that there were people there, like Jim Scott, that were thinking I was getting too big for my britches. Is that hysterical? But Jim, I wish you all the best as the Grand Marshal of the parade, and may they give you enough attention that you want. All right, NCAA tournament tonight begins like 7 o'clock, the games, all 4 games. Clemson at Arizona, San Diego at UConn, Alabama at North Carolina, Illinois at Iowa State. Those are 8 good teams, going to be some great basketball. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Go Reds. Ladies and gentlemen, American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. We don't have much to say. This young lady accidentally, apparently, invented a rechargeable battery that could maybe last 400 years. I don't know what her name was, but we ought to get her name. I'm telling you right now, is that not crazy? All right, Charles. Lots of stories out about Charles visiting Kate while they were both in the same hospital, and how the special relationship that Charles has to Kate, including treating her like the daughter that he never had. Can you imagine how bad Meghan and Spare screwed up with what they did? And then this happens, and they said, apparently word's been delivered to Meghan and Harry, get the hell away. The royal family does not trust Meghan and Harry. We'll never trust them ever again. Can you imagine them letting them in on what's going on with this stuff? It's never going to happen. And I'll bet you Spare is hating it. Spare's in this situation right now where he has to decide, well, do I play it out with this woman, or do I go back in shame? If he was smart, because he's still young, he'd rip the scale off and says, I'm done. But they got kids now, so that changes everything as well. But I'll bet you when Meghan reads and knows about how Charles and Kate, their battle is together with William and everything else, and they're over here off to the side as they're going to stay, I bet you Meghan is ready to lose her mind. All right, Odell and Kim, abruptly, they broke up right after Kim was talking about having a baby with him. Rumors are that Odell Beckham Jr. said, nah, baby, nah, and her statements about having a baby spooked him away. Interesting. She got dumped. I wonder how many famous men Kim Kardashian has boinked. And I guess she tries to make every. Can you imagine dating Kim Kardashian, Jamie, and she starts, how she treats you, everything else, like you're special? First thing I would be thinking, like, really?
All right, yeah.
This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.